we got a problem. Show you what we're working on today. Zero turn riding mower. This is one of mine. And quit cranking rather. I'll give you a backstory on it so you can have a little bit of history. It's 5 years old. I've never replaced the battery. I've never replaced the spindles, never replaced the belt. Just haven't needed to. Done the regular maintenance, air filter, oil, fuel filter, all that good stuff. Seasonally, and then quarterly, check everything, lubricate, and all that good stuff. Left the battery on last week. Discharged it, no problem. That is a self-sealing battery. Again, 5 years old. Tried to jump it off this time, it would not. Now, you can make anything run. You just need three things. Any internally combusted gasoline engine, you can make it run. You need three things to make it run. You need fuel, you need air, and you need electricity. It's full of fuel. It's getting air. The electrical is hinky. That is our question. Now, I did not say make it run well. To make something run well, you're also going to add two more things to it, which would be compression and timing. In a simple form. To repair and maintain these things, you can repair and maintain a pump or a generator. So this is good stuff to know. I believe that the problem is going to be in the battery. Just historically, I was cutting yesterday in 110 degrees. So that could have been what really killed it right there. You'll notice I've disabled the safeties so we can do it like this. You'll hear that clink. That's a starter trying to engage. I've taken the cowl off and spun it around on the off chance that the motor had locked up when I shut it off. That is highly unlikely. The odds of that, well, buy a lottery ticket if that happens. But motor spins freely, so it is good. I think this is going to be our culprit. Check the fuses, done all the basic checks on it just to make sure. We're going to dig into this. This is going to be 7/16. It has a locking bracket in place for when you're cutting, so it just the battery doesn't jiggle around. And the bolt on the battery is also going to be a 7/16. So we're going to pull that thing off. We're going to test the battery and maybe put it on a trickle charger and see if it's going to hold a charge. I think that's going to be the weak link. I do not think it is a voltage regulator, which is under here. What other things could it be? Just, I guess it could be a low oil shutdown switch, but I doubt it. Those usually don't fail that often. Now, the other culprit could be the starter. Again, all of these components are 5 years old, all original. Battery, $60. Starter, $60. Who knows? But we're going to dig into this and get it checked. All right. You don't have to take both sides of the bracket off. You can just take one off and it will drop down. Again, those are 7/16. To take the battery out, you'll probably have to unplug the controls, one or both of them depending on the model you're using. And you can pull the battery out. When you disconnect the battery, it's probably better to disconnect the negative side first. Be careful not to knock your ratchet or your wrench around and cause a spark. Taking the negative side off will help with that, but if you do the positive side first, just be careful. And we're going to try to pull that thing out without taking a whole lot of stuff off. The nice thing about these older pieces of equipment that you have is they have a heat memory, all these wires do. So if you're confused about it, usually you just drop everything kind of in the general area and it will go back to its position, having been heat bent to that position. You can see, watch. See, kind of goes to that, so you will know. Now, we're gonna pull this thing out carefully, clean it up, and we'll put it on a charger and see what it does. More to come. Battery is out, and you notice the date, September of 2021. Well, this is 2026, so I got my money's worth out of this battery. Now we're going to go ahead and put it on a trickle charge down in the basement. That may do it. I may just carry it in to see if it has a bad plate, a lead plate in the lead acid battery, so if the plate is warped or something like that. I would be amazed if this battery is still good, just because of the age and the extremes that it works under. While we've got it apart, I'll go ahead and clean everything under there, because I hope to never do this very often. All right, more to come. Now, we're down here in the basement. I am trying this EverStart trickle charger. They sent that to me a few years ago, and it works pretty good. I use it mainly for the solar powered gate. Red's going to positive, black goes to negative. Make sure you do it correctly. You guys know that though. There we go. And we have a green slow light showing that it is indeed charging. The problem is this trickle charger takes a long time. So we'll see how long I can wait. In the meantime, we'll get back upstairs. All right, I guess we're going to wrap up this video. As much as I hate to do part 1 and part 2 kind of videos, this is what we're going to do. Someone could say, have you checked your ignition switch? Yes, actually, I rebuilt the ignition switch about 6 weeks ago. You recall, you can look back and recall the video where I did it. Yes, you can rebuild those ignition switches. All they have are a copper plate, a copper half plate, and contact points. Clean them up, grease them, put them back together on that model. I don't know about some of the others. Could it be the engagement for the electric PTO? I guess it could be, but they usually don't really cause a problem. They're a switch, again, copper and contacts and stuff like that. So as long as you keep it out of weather, you usually don't have a problem with those, unless eventually the contacts just wear out. Bear all of this in mind. Think of everything as a system, not as an individual part. Once you understand the system, then you're able to do a little bit better diagnostic work. Again, I used to do small engines for a living, and I'm a predictive analyst in larger industrial sites. So I enjoy doing this. This is kind of like do it while I'm drinking a cup of coffee. This is where we are. This is where we sit. I will go ahead and clean up and prep everything. Again, I may not be able to wait 8 hours to have that battery test charged. I may carry it somewhere. Who knows? Anyway, guys, keep learning, keep testing, keep building a more self-reliant life. Take care of you people.